Well, that wasn't meant to happen. Newcastle United 2, Bristol City 2. 2 points dropped, and that's coming from the man himself, Rafael Benitez. We always do it to ourselves. I mean, fair play to Bristol City. They came with a game plan, executed it very well, and they leave with a point. Arguably, they probably could have had all three. Fair play to us for a good second half, but, going into this game, we would have thought we would have walked it, or at least comfortably won. But we come away with 1 point instead of three. And at this moment in time, as this video has been shown and recorded, Brighton are playing and they're currently 1-0 up. So it looks like they're going to be remaining top of the table or going to the top of the table at the end of this weekend, especially going into the game against them next week. Now, let's start with the lineups. Newcastle United decided to go with Perez alongside Mitrovic up front. Diame was put on the bench. Anita has got back from injury. He's on the bench as well now. Pretty much everything else is as normal. Darlow in goal. Yedlin, Lascelles, Clark and Dummett in defence. In midfield, you've got the likes of Shelvey in there with Colback, and obviously got Ritchie on the right-hand side. And a surprise start, a very welcome surprise start for Atsu. Again, had a superb game. I'll get into that in a bit. And as I mentioned before, Mitrovic and Perez up front. Bristol City, on the other hand, they made 6 changes from their last game. Lee Johnson decided to change it up and went with Wilbraham up front as a captain. And again, it seems like he played an absolute blinder with that decision as well, scoring the first goal. First goal for Bristol City and the first goal in the game came with the first chance of the game after 10 minutes. Gary O'Neill, former Portsmouth midfielder, played in a superb ball. Now looking back at it after obviously first seeing, I thought it was offside at first, but now seeing it was a superb ball, well-timed run from Wilbraham, and he heads it into basically an empty net because everyone's appealing for offside. Lascelles has got his hand up. I think Clark had his hands up. Darlow's in no man's land thinking it's offside, but it's a well-timed run from him. And again, it's 1-0 to the good, and for Bristol City, and they're thinking, hold on a minute, where's this top team that we're coming up against? 52,000 fans, everyone's saying it's a cup final for them, but they're making the most of their cup final, and they've gone 1-0 to the good after 10 minutes. Didn't really get much better from us from there. Same product, same sort of Route 1 football from Gary O'Neill again. Big lofty ball forward. Easy ball to deal with, really. It could have been one or two options. Either Dummett clears it, puts it into Rose Ed, or Darlow clears it, puts it into Rose Ed. But for some strange reason, Darlow might have said that he had a shout. Dummett didn't obviously hear the shout. Dummett decides to head it back. Darlow was already coming for the ball. He heads it past Darlow, and then David Cottrell, thinking, this is my birthday and Christmas all wrapped up into one, basically just runs on, taps the ball home, and then it's 2-0 already. And we're thinking to ourselves, hold on a minute, after the good run of form that we've had against Aston Villa, Norwich, Derby, Rotherham, you name it, we're 2-0 down against Bristol City, who are 21st going into this game. So, first half was pretty much a write-off. I mean, you could say we had a couple of chances here and there, but obviously we didn't take any of them. Going into the second half, I'm sure Rafa Benitez must have been losing his mind in that dressing room because obviously things had to be changed up. No substitutions for us at the restart, but again, at least a change of gear. We had chances galore. Perez had one quite early on. Mitrovic had a little claim of maybe a foul through on goal, but I think he made a meal of it. That's the reason why he didn't get it. Atsu had an opportunity before, obviously, he set up our first goal. Great ball by him, and I thought Atsu had a superb game as well, something that we've needed for a while now on the flanks. We've got Rich and Gouffran who've been decent all season, but they don't offer what Atsu does, and that's just raw pace and going past players. Goes to pass one of their players, I can't remember it off the top of my head now, puts in a teaser of a ball, and it looked like Shelvey taps it in, but it was given to Corey Smith, and that's 2-1 to Newcastle United, and we're back in it. Substitutions, I find it quite good in a way that Rafa Benitez made those substitutions quite early on as well. Brought on Diame for Colback. Also brought Perez off as well. I don't think he got his foot stuck in a couple of times, but he's got to be more physical than for me, especially in this league as well. This is the league that he needs to shine. He's still not showing it, but he came off as well. Obviously, Gouffran came on for him, give us, that extra 10 yards of pace as well. And then we finally got the breakthrough again from another corner, ball in. I think Clark got the final touch, and that's 2-2. And then I think that was with 10 minutes to go or so, we could actually go on to win it. Bearing in mind we had 10 minutes to go, I think we had, 2 or 3 opportunities after that. I think that was when the absolute chance came. Sorry, my bad on that one. And then Shelby had one at the death from a short corner and blasted that one wide. But I think all in all, probably 2-2 is a fair result. They definitely had dominated the first half. We dominated the second half. But really and truly, on paper, I know games not played on paper, but we should have beaten them. And you can't say this wasn't coming, because going off the fixtures now, I've just checked. Every kind of 6 games, we have a game that we should win and we don't win. Barring, I think it was Oxford United, the last loss or last shot result was QPR. We already expected to beat them. I think before that was Blackburn. Obviously, we expected to beat them at the start of the year. And then before then, I think it might have been the Nottingham Forest game where we lost 2-1 as well. So, every kind of 6 games, we get that wake-up call. So I'm hoping now from this wake-up call, we can now go on to dominate Brighton, dominate Huddersfield, and dominate Reading, because we don't seem to do as bad against the bigger teams. It's these smaller teams. Sorry, no disrespect to Bristol City, but these are the teams that we expect to win, and we don't come out on top as well. So 2 points dropped. We're still there or thereabouts. As I said before, Brighton are winning at this moment of time. So they will probably remain top of the table going into the next game against them on Tuesday. Massive game. And I know I keep using this all the time, but it's a massive game against, basically our promotion rivals. I think Huddersfield are there or thereabouts as well, Reading as well. So we can't be looking to drop any lower than the top 2, should I say. Bottom 2 nearly. Other little comments, individual performances from this game. Now, you know how much I love Darlow, and other people know how much I love Darlow, but this is like the 3rd big mistake now he's made, and it's starting to be more noticeable than ever. Sells got the stick, and he got taken away from it. Darlow came in, and I think it's Rotherham who made the double save, and then Norwich City had a terrible moment there, or a couple of terrible moments there, and then this one today as well against a team that we should be battering, let's face it. So again, should it be right for Elliott to jump straight back into the first team, or straight back into the number 1 jersey in the next game, or should we proceed to keep going with Darlow and just give him a bit more protection rather than just pushing him to one side like we did with Sells? Also, other things to mention is Mitrovic. I know Gale's out. He could be possibly back for the Brighton game, but I still don't think he had a really good game. He had a really good opportunity to, I think it might have been to equalise, but a header that went narrowly over the bar. I say narrowly, I'm doing him a favour, that one. But that went over the bar. Really should have put that one away. Do we proceed with him? We've got Murphy on the bench, and before this, I think he had a decent run of form, Murphy. It's just a shame they had one bad game and then he's out of the team. Everyone keeps saying, give Mitrovic time, but let's be honest, we don't have time. We need someone who's proven, who can score goals, and we've got that in Gale, and we've got that in Murphy. Murphy's done it at this level. Gale scored goals. So I still don't understand why we're still going with Mitrovic all the time unless he's alongside someone who can do the other and let Mitrovic do the dirty work. Other thing that I need to or you guys need to take into consideration as well is on the wings as well. I personally thought Atsu was my man of the match. Everyone was saying Richie, but I thought Atsu just offered a different dimension that we haven't had in such a while. Going past players, going left, right, offering pace. Balls into the box weren't always on point, but again, he's not going to get it right all the time, but just offers something more different than Gouffran and in fact Richie as well. So again, he's another talking point as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Thank you guys for listening. 2-2, but again, at least it's not a loss. Got to take the positives from it. Take care of yourselves. See you all soon. Check out the fan cams as well. Peace.